Hello, my name's Tania and this is my channel Just Let Me Sew. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you are well wherever you are and that you have also been up to some sewing. Today I am going to be sharing with you my plans for autumn. So what I'm hoping to get sewn up in autumn, and I say hoping because recently my sojo has really just gone off the radar. I think life's just quite busy this time of year with the return to school and all that sort of thing that comes with it. So that's just made me feel really tired and lacking in energy in the evening. And I do all of my sewing in the evening. So once the kids are in bed, I just find I haven't got the motivation to do much sewing at all. So I'm just picking out a few makes, like 2 or 3 things that I really want to get sewn up. And then anything else that comes along is kind of like an added bonus. So there we go. So I'll start off by saying what I am wearing. This is a new look pattern. I will put the pattern number somewhere on the screen for you to see, but I love this pattern. It's quite easy to make, comes together quite quickly. Just seen one of my buttons has come undone, apologies. And this is a sort of poly cotton, I think, gingham that I got from Textile Fabrics quite a while ago, I think. So I don't think they have it in stock anymore, but I will link Textile Fabrics for you in the description anyway. The first thing that I am really hoping to get sewn up in autumn is a dress that I saw in Whistles. Now, I've never shopped at Whistles before, but as I was walking past the shop, I saw this dress in the window, went in and tried it on, and the fit was terrible. It was really gapey around this area, around the chest area. A sleeveless dress, I'll put a picture of it here. Really pretty princess seams. It kind of reminded me of what was fashionable in the 90s, like the late 90s, those sort of fitted princess seam dresses that I had a couple of. And I thought, you know what, I can save myself firstly £140 and secondly a dress that doesn't really fit very well and make it myself. But I'll tell you something, I actually found it quite tricky to find a pattern that matched what I wanted. I could find lots of princess seam dresses, but none of them had that sort of fitted silhouette. A lot of them had a bit more of a flare. So with the Whistles dress, it has an exposed zip at the back, and then it's got a decent vent at the back as well, so you can walk properly. Normally I wouldn't go for a fitted dress. I'm not really that comfortable in wearing fitted clothes, but because this was denim, it really didn't show off all those lumps and bumps that we like to hide. So I thought, I think this will actually work quite nicely, and I think it will be a really nice piece to wear in the warmer months as well as the cooler months, because you could put a roll neck underneath it, long sleeve top underneath it, and then in the summer just wear it sleeveless as well. In the UK, our summers aren't really ever that warm most of the time, so denim would probably be okay. Now in the end, I found this pattern, which is a simplicity pattern. It's one of their amazing fit patterns, and it's got this sort of fitted silhouette, and you can do it with sleeves or sleeveless as well. And I found this one on eBay. You can still buy it, it's still in print, but I got it for quite a good price on eBay. So it does say, however, that the fabrics it recommends are going to be a lot lighter than the denim that I'm hoping to make it up in. So I'm going to do a toile just to make sure that that fit is okay. It needs an invisible zipper as well, so I'll be switching that out for an exposed zip. So I will have to have a think about the sizing, if having the exposed zip is going to change that. But I'm going to do a toile. I've got some scraps of denim that I can probably piece together to get a toile made out of this. And the denim that I am going to use for it is denim that I picked up at Walthamstow Market. So I showed this in my previous vlog, not the last one, the one before that, I think, where I showed some fabrics that I picked up. And it is a dark denim, so I think it's more like an indigo denim. It's coming up a bit brighter on the screen, but it's a bit darker than that in real life. So the one from Whistles was a pale denim. I couldn't find a pale denim at Walthamstow Market that was the thickness that I wanted. So I went for the darker one, and that's probably better. It's probably a bit more practical anyway. So I'm hoping to get that made up fairly soon. I think that's going to be my next project. At the moment, I'm still working on my outfit for Sophisticated for the in-person afternoon tea event that I'm helping to organise with Surrey Sews. So that is my focus at the moment. So all of my sewing time is going into that. But once that's done, I will be working on this. So looking forward to starting on that. The next garment that I want to work on, I'm a little bit nervous of, and I've definitely procrastinated on this one. I've talked about this before, I think, that I'm kind of just putting it off. And when I was watching Sarah from Sarah Styles, she was talking about this pattern as well, and it's the Blanca flight suit. And I've seen Angela from Devon Threadtails has made it up, and she did a really detailed vlog on it, and I really do want to have a go at it. I also saw Sally from Secret Life of a Seamstress made it up recently, and she loved it. So I think I just need to bite the bullet and have a go at it. So I've got it all in a project bag already, so that's a good start. I've started cutting it out. It's quite a lot of pattern pieces, so it's quite a lengthy process to cut it all out, but I've started on that. I started cutting that out at the latest Red Hill social that I organise. I'm going for the simpler view. I'll put a link to the Blanca flight suit down below, but excuse the noise. I just show you it. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's a very popular pattern, but it is quite an involved make. You can see all those extra details there. You've got pockets, these sort of yoke pockets here. You've got breast pockets as well. There's a zip, which I'm a bit nervous of inserting like that. I've tried to do a zip, well, I have done a zip like that before with the Colin overalls, and it didn't quite, the length wasn't quite right. Maybe it was a fault with the pattern, but it's just made me a little bit nervous of doing that again. I'm going to go for the wider leg and just try and keep it as simple as possible. So I probably won't go in for all the top stitching and all of that, just try and keep it nice and simple for myself. So this one, the pattern that I have here goes from size 0 to 20, and the 20 goes up to a 46-inch bust, 39-inch waist and a 48-inch hip. It does take quite a bit of fabric actually to make it up. It's about 3.5 yards, so 3.2 meters. And when I initially bought the fabric for this, I think I only bought 2 meters. So I've had to go back and buy some more fabric. And the fabric I'm going to use is this amazing denim from First for Fabrics. I don't know if they've still got any in stock, but I will link First for Fabrics below, and if I can find the fabric, I'll put it there as well. It's got a slight bit of give to it, which is handy for a jumpsuit. It's quite a bold pattern, fabric choice, sorry, but I just love it. I think that's brilliant. I saw Victoria from Little Rosy Cheeks wearing it at one of the shows, and that's what inspired me. I was like, I want to make that exact jumpsuit that you are wearing. So that is my plan, but it might take me quite some time. So I'm not sure when I'll finish it, but I'm going to have a go. I've mentioned before that I don't really like having whips. I like to finish what I'm working on, otherwise it kind of just sits in the corner of the room and taunts me. I just like to get it done. So those are my main plans, and then I'm hoping as well to get something sewn up as just a sort of palette cleanser, perhaps in between projects if either of them is a little bit strenuous and tricky, shall we say. I'll just want a quick easy project. And I saw Sarah raving from Sarah Styles again, sorry, raving about the bob pants by Style Arc, and they just look lovely, the pairs that she had made up. And I thought, I want to have a go at making those. So She did talk in her latest vlog that for using more seasonally appropriate fabrics, they do take on more of that barrel leg shape. She said she preferred them in a drapier fabric, but for the colder months, I have actually got a wool blend fabric, which has got quite a nice drape to it, but would also be quite warm. So I could use that, maybe even like a flannel fabric, something like that. I don't have any flannel fabric and I don't really want to buy any more, so maybe I'll use up that wool. But if you haven't seen the bob pants before, this is them. So yeah, they've got this quite distinctive barrel leg shape. They've got inseam pockets, an elasticated waist, which is the all important bit, really comfortable. I've never made up a style like pattern before, and I have to say I've been really put off by some of the reviews that their instructions are really not very good. But I've taken these instructions out and had a read through, and actually they're not dissimilar from the Big Four pattern instructions. And because these are quite a straightforward pattern, I think I'll be all right with it, but I will report back when I've made them of my experience. But it didn't seem too bad when I looked at them. And then another pattern that I've got in mind that I might want to make, I cut out this pattern at my latest social, and it is a simplicity pattern. I do like sort of mixing up the Big Four patterns with the indie patterns. And it's just a very basic shirt pattern, nice oversize. It's got quite drop shoulders. You can see they start quite low down, so it's not fitted at all. It doesn't have any darts. It has got a back yoke, which you can see there, and it's just finished with cuffs. The cuffs don't have buttons, so just a simple, actually no, they do have buttons. Yeah, so button cuffs, and it's just for, you know, typical shirt fabrics, but a little bit drapier, so silky types, crepes, rayon, sateen, lightweight denim even, so maybe like a chambray, which would be nice for summer, flannels, cottons as well. So I've cut out the pattern pieces for this, and then if the mood takes me, if I need to, I've got this to go to. So those are my autumn plans. So I'm hoping I will have some time and energy to get started on some of those. I want to finish off my outfit for Sophisticated, which I shared in my previous vlog. So I did a little piece about what I'm making, the fabric I'm going to use. So I'll try and add the card up here somewhere for you to have a look if you want to have a look at that. So I'm hoping to get that done. Sophisticated is taking place on the 19th of October. That's in Woking in Surrey, which is the south of England. But there is also the online challenge, but all the details are in my previous vlog if you want to go and have a little look at that. I have also purchased a few bits of fabric as well, which I will share with you now. A couple of those fabrics I bought just to sort of really boost my mood a little bit. If you've been watching my vlog for a long time or seen some of my earlier vlogs, you might know that I have or had a lovely old cat, black cat called Etty. We rehomed her. Before that, she was a rescue cat from a well-known cat home in London called Battersea Dogs and Cats Home. And we think she was about 17 or 18, and she was just the loveliest cat ever. So docile and just affectionate, lovely girl. And she got sick. She got a nasty sore on her tongue, which the vet thought was cancerous. It wasn't responding to any antibiotics, and because of her age and just the nature of the sore on her tongue, they said they couldn't treat it. So the vet advised that we let her go. So that was really sad, and I had to take her on my own because nobody else was around to come with me. So it was really hard to go through. If you've ever had to say goodbye to a pet, you will understand that it's a really heartbreaking situation. They're like family members, aren't they? We were so attached to them. So that evening I came home and cheered myself up by going onto the First for Fabrics website. Didn't really cheer me up that much, but it helped to take my mind off it a little bit. And I bought myself a couple of fabrics. So the first one I got was this, ooh, my fabric just falling off my lap. So the first one I got was this lovely viscose in this gorgeous cobalt blue and white. It's coming up lovely and bright on the camera, much brighter than in real life, which is very pretty, but that, I love that. I think it's kind of like an animal print or just an abstract print perhaps, I'm not really sure, but I thought I would make a Marnie out of that. I love the Marnie top. I think I have got 4, so I will make myself a version out of this. I think I will perhaps omit the neck ruffle that I usually do. I'll keep the side ruffles. I never do the pin tucks, so just the side ruffles will be the feature that I add for this one. So beautiful fabric. Again, from First for Fabrics. I will link it down below if they still have it in stock. The next fabric that I got from them was a bright pink viscose linen blend, I think, or a viscose slub. Again, coming up much brighter on screen than it is in real life. It's a bit darker, more like cerise colour, I think, but I do love the bright colours. My sophisticated outfit is also in a bright pink, and you can see actually my caddy behind me from Adam Sews is also bright pink. So those are my favourite colours, and I thought again I might make a Marnie out of that one. Maybe the Anthea blouse by Anna Allen, because I have made that up before. I went through a spell of loving that pattern, and I think I've got 3 of those. But then I sort of drifted onto other patterns. So I might revisit that one, not sure, because sometimes it's nice just to have a simple blouse as well, isn't it, that goes with lots of things. So that one as well. And then I mentioned in my last vlog that I went to Porto with my mum, and Porto actually has quite a few fabric shops. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a fabric shop destination, but they definitely do seem to like garment making, and not just garment making actually. They had some beautiful shops that were really quite traditional for embroidery, and specifically tableware embroidery, so napkins, tablecloths, and I think also like little first communion dresses or baptism dresses, beautiful intricate embroidery. So they had shops where they sold the cotton for that, and then all of the threads. Really, really pretty. And I picked up from an amazing shop. I will include a picture of it here, and they also gave me a gorgeous little business card as a postcard. And I know you can get this fabric in the UK. I have seen it around. I can't think of a shop that has it. I feel like it would be a sort of Sew Me Sunshine kind of fabric to have, but it's this gingham. I think it's a gingham, but it's cotton. I think it might be a poly cotton. Again, it's coming up much brighter on the screen. It's a lilac and peach colour. Very pretty. And I think I will make up, there's a new look pattern. I can't remember the name of it. I will put it here, but I've made that before in a green gingham. So I think I might make another version out of this one. If not, maybe an Anthea blouse as well for that one. So my mum actually treated me to that because it was my birthday when we were away in Porto. So she bought me that on my birthday as a present for me. But that shop was literally stacked to the rafters with beautiful fabrics. It was lovely. So I'll put the picture here and I will try and link it down below. If you ever find yourself in Porto, do check it out because it's a beautiful shop. That is everything I wanted to talk to you about today. As I said, life is pretty busy, slowly getting my way through my sophisticated project. I'm sure I will get it done, but I think I'm going to be dragging myself over the finish line with that one really. But if you are taking part in the sophisticated challenge, what are you thinking of making? Are you going to do a garment? Are you going to do an accessory, something you would take to an afternoon tea? Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking of making. Do have a look at my previous vlog, as I said, because I've got all the details of the prizes and the conditions and everything in that vlog. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you are well wherever you are, and that you are getting some sewing done, and that you're getting a bit more sewing done than me, and that you're not feeling too lacking in the energy at the moment. If you've got any tips of how to get your sojo back, do share those as well, because I think it happens to everybody, doesn't it? We go through surges of productivity and then it sort of dives off a little bit, I think. So I hope to see you next time. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. It really does help out my channel, and do give this video a little thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, which I hope you have. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.